Yeah, I mean, we've obviously seen that from the left, just ourselves. The left is almost this religion now.
Slavery is obviously a horrific institution, but we should still know more about George Washington. Generally are pretty influential, so.
But most of the people who tweet are the same people, right? I mean,
exclusionary and hateful.
See, here's why I don't tweet anymore, because you may be the mayor of Tweet Town now.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Elon Musk's war on the woke mind virus. Musk's tirade on wokeness. Hours after Netflix saw its value slip by nearly 25% in late April, Elon Musk shared his thoughts about the streaming platform. The woke mind virus is making Netflix unwatchable, the Tesla CEO tweeted in response to a post stating that this was the first time in 10 years that Netflix has seen such a fall in subscribers. Musk was presumably referring to the OTT giant coming under fire in the recent past for content that was deemed exclusionary in ways more than one. For instance, last year, Netflix was criticized for Dave Chappelle's stand-up special, The Closer, which was deemed by many as transphobic. And this is not the first time that Tesla boss has compared being woke to a virus. Earlier, the tech billionaire had stated that wokeness is the biggest threat to civilization. Speaking to the satire website Babylon Bee, Musk had argued that political correctness is one of the greatest threats to civilization. In particular, he also called out attempts to cancel Dave Chappelle and went on to criticize woke agenda and cancel culture. Meanwhile, streaming giant Netflix has recorded far from favorable quarterly earnings, causing its stocks to plummet. The OTT platform ended the first quarter of 2022 with 221.6 million subscribers, which was slightly less than the final quarter of 2021. So was Musk's comment spot on?
To be mean and cruel. Armored in false virtue. It gives them a shield.
What is woke culture? The old meaning of the word defines woke as simply the past simple of wake, as in to wake up or awake, and the term woke culture really has a sort of similar implication, in the sense that it points at people waking up from an era of sleeping in their old school mindsets. In a modern sense, the meaning of the word has changed a lot, and in 2017, the new meaning of the word woke was officially added to the dictionary. Woke nowadays refers to being aware or well-informed in a political or cultural sense, especially regarding issues surrounding marginalized communities. It describes someone who has woken up to issues of social injustice.
Slavery is obviously a horrific institution, but we should still know more about George Washington.
Be humorous, we should, wokeness basically wants to make comedy illegal.
What is woke police? The term woke police is used mainly by critics of the movement as a way to negatively describe those who identify as woke and fight for social justice issues. The term is used to claim that woke people are policing others' actions and words, generally in response to backlash someone else has received for their words or actions. For example, if a celebrity has been found to have used racist or sexist language and is being held accountable for their actions, defenders of said person may say that the woke police have been offended as a way of undermining the backlash.
And he was asking them,
what is Elon's woke virus? Now, Elon Musk is a firm advocate against woke culture, and in reality, many people are warming up to the idea. While woke has been adopted as a ubiquitous watchword for a wide variety of social movements, including LGBTQ issues, feminism, immigration, climate change, and marginalized communities, the broad use of the term has caused it to become heavily weaponized by people for their gain, turning what was once a welcoming creed into a toxic and divisive word, particularly in Western countries, including the US, Canada, the UK, and other European countries.
Right.
Okay, that's maybe you should know more than that. Yeah.
This toxicity is in large part due to activists failing to develop the necessary coalitions to instill the change campaigners are advocating for. This is a shame because the messages of inclusivity and diversity underpinning wokeness should not be so easily dismissed. Wokeness also implies that those not in the club are asleep, deluded, or wrong. This instant judgment forms a dividing line, forcing the other side to become defensive and further entrench the debate.
Generally, I think we should be aiming for a positive
See, here's why I don't tweet anymore, because you may be the mayor of Tweettown now.
Yeah.
The moral superiority platform is hardly a way to bring skeptics on board. Additionally, the stance of being woke allows people to engage in extreme actions with the reasoning that they have a moral high ground. It allows people to degrade, attack, and single out individuals for having an idea or expressing an opinion that even slightly deviates from what woke culture considers to be acceptable. This has led to another problematic issue of our century, cancel culture, which is a movement to remove celebrity status or esteem from a person, place, or thing based on offensive behavior or transgression.
Exclusionary and hateful. At its heart, wokeness is divisive.
Generally are pretty influential. So
But most of the people who tweet are the same people, right? I mean,
The way some companies have tried to cringingly commercialize and adopt social movements and their language has also further devalued and trivialized the notion of wokeness. In 2017, Pepsi launched a high-budget TV advertisement featuring the wealthy and privileged model Kendall Jenner at a mock protest reminiscent of Black Lives Matter. In the advertisement, the conflict between protesters and police is quickly resolved to the applause and adulation of the crowd of protesters when she presents a can of Pepsi to a handsome police officer. The ad was met with a hailstorm of criticism for monetizing social justice and trivializing the Black Lives Matter movement. Musk discussed his own stance on the woke virus in a recent interview.
parents are just generally not aware of what their kids are being told.
they,
Well, I suppose in some cases that parents, but I think like
Bill Maher interviews Musk. On HBO's Real Time, self-proclaimed free speech warrior Elon Musk told Bill Maher that he feels the woke mind virus is dangerous. He also said he considers himself a moderate when it comes to politics.
the experience that we had in high school and college is not the experience that kids today are having.
A society that is simply rife with condemnation. So do we want a humorless?
Many critics of the Tesla co-founder and CEO said he's become conservative based on the way he runs Twitter since acquiring the social media platform last year for $44 billion. Musk said, "I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic and anything that results in the suppression of free speech."
how did it start? Was it bats? Was it a escape from a lab? I mean, what is your assessment?
He took the opportunity to take a shot at the people who were claiming he was far right. After all, in his own words, Musk wants to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy with electric vehicles, as well as renewable energy generation and storage, which is not really a far-right agenda. Musk has repeatedly called himself a free speech absolutist and disagreed with Twitter's decision to ban former president.
So it's the thing about censorship is that sure,
Donald Trump's account, following the Capitol riots in January 2021. He's also put free speech at the forefront of why he bought the social media platform. All of the things Musk believes in are entirely against the woke virus culture, so it's not a surprise he's doing all he can to fight it.
we must protect free speech, and free speech only matters.
So you're working on some of those problems, but the problem of wokeness specifically, you mentioned that's like a mind virus and it's destructive.
For them, it's like you're making fun of God or salvation, So they're almost the new religious right, in our view.
Musks War on Woke AI. Since the release of ChatGPT in late 2022, Musk has railed on Twitter against what he has called woke AI. He has specifically criticized ChatGPT's developer OpenAI for the features designed to prevent the chatbot from parroting racism and sexism. The billionaire is even courting AI researchers with a proposal to start a new AI company to rival the developer of ChatGPT. The danger of training AI to be woke, in other words, lie, is deadly, Musk tweeted in December. It's true that large language models, the tech that ChatGPT is based on, have difficulties telling the truth, often confidently asserting false information. But in his recent statements, Musk has appeared to conflate AI's truthfulness problem with the largely separate efforts inside AI companies to make their LLMs less racist and sexist. The racism and sexism of unfiltered LLMs stems from the large quantities of internet data that the AIs were trained on. But a narrative appears to be developing in right-wing areas of the internet, now amplified by Musk. that racism and sexism are desirable features in AI, and that efforts to rid AIs of those biases are yet another form of censorship by powerful liberal forces. Influencers on the political right have drawn parallels between these efforts and the measures by social media companies to reduce hate speech and toxicity on their platforms. If Musk does follow through with his rumored plans to start an AI company, it wouldn't be his first rodeo. He was a member of the founding team of OpenAI, established in 2015 as a rival to what Musk and his co-founders saw as a dangerous concentration of AI expertise in the hands of for-profit tech companies. OpenAI was founded as a non-profit that aimed to make its research open and accessible to all. But when it started making progress with large language models, it changed that approach, arguing that the technology was too dangerous to release publicly. Musk stepped away from OpenAI in 2018, amid what he later said were disagreements over its approach. OpenAI has since transitioned from a non-profit to a for-profit company, arguing that selling its services is the only way to reach the scale necessary to cover the costs of developing cutting-edge AI. But if Musk believes his role in founding OpenAI has accelerated the development of dangerous technology, he does not appear to believe that starting another AI company would have the same effect. Ahead of the investor meeting, Musk tweeted a meme suggesting that Based AI, the rumored name for his new venture, would sweep away both woke AI and closed AI. To clarify, the latter refers to the practice by tech companies of keeping the most racist and sexist versions of AI chatbots away from the public eye. Still, some AI researchers have said that they are worried that by talking about AI in the language of the social media culture wars, Musk could end up warping the dynamics of a field where cooperation is so crucial, especially as the technology becomes more powerful. That's all for today, folks. We will see you next time.